Oh yeah, we're back. We're back live with your boy Tavon Mason with another sports talk with Tavon Mason. This is episode 4. I'm fine tuning this thing. I'm gonna keep making it better and better and better. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm in control this time instead of being a guest. I'm the host of Sports Talk with former New York Jet Tavon Mason. And yeah, it's a week later, but I had to come back and talk about Super Bowl LVI or Super Bowl 56. This was a great Super Bowl from the intro, man. They made it star studded with the rock stuff to that halftime show, which was crazy, classic. I love the halftime show. I love, of course, the artists they had on had a real California vibe. This game was really insane. I love the play of the Super Bowl. I love how it went. It wasn't a blowout. Um, it was right on time. All right. They started the first quarter off. Cincinnati went down, got itself a field goal. The Rams came back in that first quarter and got themselves a touchdown by OBJ. Man, I was so excited and happy for Odell Beckham Jr. For what he's been going through since that back half for the New York Giants to being let go. And some of the stuff in New York was kind of like him. I know a lot of people say he was misunderstood, but y'all gotta admit some of them antics in New York was of his own doing. Thought he was gonna get a reprieve, get a breath of fresh air, moving with the Cleveland Browns. Why not? Why not going the way he wanted to? Got injured, wasn't getting the ball like he should. But he had to realize being in that offense with Landry. Landry was the main man, and you going to a team in the AFC North, which runs a lot, and we're having Nick Chubb back there. Those guys that had running the ball, you're not going to get as many throws as you think you can, especially playing in the AFC North is a little different playing in the AFC North with the Rams. I mean, with the Ravens, with the Steelers, excuse me for saying the Rams, with the Ravens, with the Steelers, and with the Bengals. So that didn't pan out. He got another chance. Boom, took it to the West Coast. Went over there with the Rams, and he did some big stuff, did some big things this year. And that game against the 49ers, he wound up going for over 100 yards. And here we are in the Super Bowl. And the first score for the Los Angeles Rams goes to who? None other than OBJ. The one thing that kind of made me sad was seeing him on that dig route shut it down, and it didn't come from a contact, so they call it a non-contact injury. And that knee, I just hopefully pray to God he didn't do anything to that knee again. But anyway, he got a Super Bowl ring. Aaron Donald got a Super Bowl ring. Matt Stafford got his first Super Bowl ring in his first year as a quarterback for the Rams, and Von Miller got his second Super Bowl ring after he was let go from Denver Broncos. Go to a Super Bowl winning team. So the Rams were stacking up, which looked good on paper. But if you notice, the Rams were going like this in the first part of the season. The second half, it was like a heartbeat machine. It was going up and down, up and down. Some games where they should have blown some teams out, including my hometown team, the Baltimore Ravens. But it took coming down to the last drive for them to defeat the Ravens, and who kind of like ended that game for him was OBJ with a heck of a catch to get that first down. But nevertheless, we here in the Super Bowl, and like I said before, coming in that first quarter, Cincinnati went down, got 3 points out of the deal, so showed that they could move against that Rams defense. And the thing that helped the Bengals early on, in which I wish they didn't stop doing, and I think Rams did make some changes, make some adjustments up front, but they were double teaming Aaron Donald, which put more pressure on Von Miller. And Von Miller is a heck of a rusher, but Von Miller is not your big size edge rusher. So even though he has speed, um, Joe Barrow was able to get that ball out quicker because they were holding Aaron Donald back with having that double team. The center was uncovered. Therefore, where Aaron Donald, whether he's lined up over the guard or the tackle, the center was able to get back, see clearly, and come over on the double team, which held Aaron Donald off. The Rams did eventually put a guy over the center, switching from that front, a 4 front to a 5 front, and even bringing that middle linebacker down, the Mike backer down to occupy that center, which put Aaron Donald on a one-on-one. And you know what happens when you go on a one-on-one, and we saw later in the game that Aaron Donald just took advantage of that and just started blowing it up. Between him and Von Miller, Floyd, they just were causing chaos once they started switching up, and they had Cincinnati back on the ropes. But the one thing that was crazy to me was how, after the OBJ injury, the Rams couldn't do anything at all. That run game was null and void. Cam Akers couldn't get started. Sony Michel couldn't get started. None of that running backs could get started. And if I don't know if you noticed, they went on a 3rd and 1. They went with a motion handoff to Cooper Kupp for the first down. So that's showing you right there. They know that, well, I can't rely on the run game. So we got to do things to move around to get the ball in Kupp's hand. He's not offensive player of the year and now the MVP of Super Bowl 56 for nothing. Put the ball in your best guy's hand, and that's what they did. So, moving on, like I said before, OBJ's injury was very important for the Rams because they had to go to a passing set. So, honestly, the Bengals didn't really have to fret or had to worry about the run game. They could just sit back in that coverage, get your basic rush up front because the run game wasn't doing anything. All right. Stafford was up and down again to this game. He had like a heck of a throw to the Kupp in that fourth quarter on that drive, a no-look pass, kind of like Patrick Mahomes, and something that I saw when I was with the Jets, and I'm about to show my age, in 2003, Vinny Testaverde was a quarterback, and I remember Santana Moss running the dig, and Vinny Testaverde dropping back, looking to his right, throwing to his left, in between the outside backer, the corner, and the safety before he even looked that way. So something like that, Patrick Mahomes-esque, or I'm going to say Vinny Testaverde-esque, because I got to see that with my own eyes with the New York Jets. We had definitely some bad calls in this game. That no call against Jalen Ramsey, which he got the face mask, and they didn't call it, but he got beat. One thing on that play, which I think it goes back to sideline. You had the guy from the Bengals that came up the sideline, not even dressed. He's not even dressed. He's not even on the traveling roster, on the playing roster. And he goes and celebrating the end zone and get a penalty. What kind of stuff is that? Come on, man. As a Sunday Countdown crew say, come on, man, my man Chris Carter. You cannot do that, man. Stay on the sideline. Do not come off the sideline. If you think about it, Jalen Ramsey wasn't the normal Jalen Ramsey. He was up and down. He got beat by Jamar Chase on a deep route, get Cincinnati down to the red zone. He was beat on that. The flag wasn't called, so he was beat. So if it wasn't called, that's still on you. He was beat on that play. And I'm gonna skip ahead and come back. But even on that last play, that last play where Aaron Donald got the game-winning sack, and I know it's easy for us to say if Joe Burrow got more time, like one more second, that would have been a catch. He actually got beat by Jamar Chase again, where he fell down, and Jamar Chase was wide open. But when you got Aaron Donald, that dog doing what he do, like he did, and just took that guard and set him in Joe Burrow's lap to get the game-ending and game-winning, Super Bowl-winning sack for the Rams, you can't say it was wide open. You can't wish for one more second. So Jalen Ramsey, you go over there, call Aaron Donald again, give him a super hug because he helped you out on that one, saving that game. That front line for the Rams was amazing, was incredible. Once they got clicking and got rolling, it was a wrap. So now let's move on what everybody was talking about. Let's move on to that last 2 minutes where the Rams had the ball. So I'm going to skip to that third and eight yard line. And we had Cooper Kupp running what I call like a slow drag or slow dig, because it was like he picked him up as man, but it was kind of like a zone coverage. And that linebacker, Logan Wilson, he's picked up whatever came in his area. So it really was a zone coverage. So now everybody's wondering, was that a hole? Was that a pass interference? You put it in slow motion, it looks like a hole. But the thing that drew the pass interference, it wasn't that Logan Wilson held. It was the bad pass from Matthew Stafford. So I want you to go back when you get a chance after listening to this video. Go back and look at that pass by Stafford. The ball was behind Cooper Kupp, which allowed Wilson to basically catch up with Cooper. And defenders are taught, cornerbacks are taught, and I teach my corners to do that. Hand on the lower hip, which Logan's right hand, and on the left hand is either high or you coming across to knock the ball down. Everything that you're supposed to do and everything you're supposed to torch, especially if it's an in cutting route by the receiver, whoever the receiver is, tight end, running back, and that instance it was a wide receiver. But the thing that pass interference call was the bad pass by Matt Stafford on a back shoulder pass, which he should have let him a little bit more, even though the guy was coming downhill, the safety was coming downhill. If he would have threw it just a little in front of him, that would have gave Kupp time to catch and cover. But because Stafford threw the bad pass, that allowed for the pass interference call. So I'm gonna give it up for Matthew Stafford for throwing that bad pass to help that team out on 3rd and goal to get that pass interference. Because if he didn't throw that pass interference, will we be calling the Rams the Super Bowl champs? We don't know. All right, so we move on. It's 1st down. You can't cry over spilled milk. We're going to keep this thing going. So you move on to 1st down, right? So on that 1st down, that next play, we're getting into my guy. And I got my notes right here. Man, we going back to, and y'all been tearing this guy up, that whole week, a few days after the Super Bowl. Y'all got him looking like burnt toast. And man, did Eli Apple get torched in that last drive for the Rams to get that touchdown. For the majority of the game, he was doing pretty good. Wasn't bad at all. We didn't really call his name out like that. They wasn't calling the commentators. But on that last drive, he got exposed and really showed who he is as a cornerback, especially when his back against the wall. So on that 1st and goal after the pass interference call on Logan Wilson, they went doubles, right? Cooper Kupp was in the slot. At the snap of the ball, the outside backer put hands on it, which sometimes we teach our defensive ends to do to help a linebacker. On this play, Eli Apple was playing the inside DB, the nickel, whatever you want to call them, to get hands, ride them, and then come upfield. So they sandwiched Cooper Kupp. And if you watch it in slow motion, because I watched it and look at that film over and over again, Eli Apple was holding on that play and almost pulled Cooper Kupp down to the ground. Cooper was able to push him down, get free. He ran a out route on a back goal line, caught the ball, and it was a headshot by the corner, which was thrown. But what we had after they did that double team, the offensive tackle for the Rams were called for holding. So we had offsetting penalties on that touchdown catch by Cooper Kupp, which started to negate the touchdown. So we had to replay it again. So here you go, Super Bowl 56 going on live. You got the entertainment, everybody standing up. We come back the next play. Matthew Stafford missed a touchdown to Jefferson in the back of the end zone. So here we go again, Stafford doing Stafford stuff. All right, he missed another opportunity, an open opportunity. And I got it right here, Stafford, some magic throws, and I call it some Matt Stafford throws. All right, but luckily the ball sailed out of bounds, so they lived to see another down. So we come back, right? They had double stack, quick out by Kupp. So what they did by double stack, you had one receiver here, one receiver behind. Just the receiver on the ball, which wasn't Kupp, ran in route. So he stemmed inside, went straight to try to clear it out. Cooper ran a delayed speed out. What happened? This time, Eli Apple was called for the holding penalty. So there we go. We got holding penalty. The ball is moved up, having this to the goal line. Here we go. 1st down, started back over. All right. So they come back after the holding penalty, right? 2 with a tight end and a receiver on the strong side, on the field side. They had that tight. On the weak side, or the boundary side, they ran twins, or we still 2x2. So we ran twins, normal set. On this this doubles 2x2 tight, they ran a fade route to Cooper, back shoulder fast. And this is where I call it a Matt Stafford magic throws, because that throw was definitely on point. The only person that could get that pass or get that catch was Cooper Kupp. It was back shoulder. Eli Apple didn't even know the ball was in the air. By the time he realized the ball was in the air, ball was caught, touchdown, 6 points. Now it's time for the Rams to see if they can hold off Joey B, and the Cincinnati Bengals. So again, you had really 3 times where Eli Apple was holding and was burnt. They didn't call that one. They called holding on the offensive line, and they called helmet to helmet or hit on a defenseless receiver, the Cooper Cup, or the back of the end zone for the touchdown. But that play wasn't seen inside because they were in the slot position. Came back on a holding call on a quick out of the stacks, and then come back with a fade route, which he got burnt on. So that was really like 3 times. So, and my man told y'all, he said he's going to unleash the demon on y'all for next year. Y'all done pissed this guy off. Y'all made him mad, and now he coming for the NFL in the 2022 season. But to finish that off, man, everything was wrote like magic. Cincinnati was moving that ball. They were moving that ball. Joey B and them was moving the ball. But again, the mistake that the Cincinnati Bengals made was coming off the double team on Aaron Donald to leave him one-on-one with that guard. And we saw when he got down to it, he had 2 back-to-back plays. 3rd and 1, what happened? He by himself pushed through the guard. No, he sliced through the center and the guard, right between the 2 hole, and he was able to stop the running back. Pull Mixon back, tackle him for a loss. All right, so now we're going in 4th and 1. So here we are, 4th and 1, and this is the play I was talking about where Jamar Chase got loose, beat Ramsey. Ramsey's trying to run him down, and he wound up falling. But what happened? Aaron Donald used a bull rush technique, pushing back into Joey B, got the sack, hats off. Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl. So again, here we are, something to show you why Aaron Donald was deserved and needed to get the money that he got because of his field play. So that goes to show you also, if you have a strong D line, what could happen. That kind of helps that back end. But also, when you have a man that goes down in OBJ, who's going to step up, and you got Cooper Kupp, who's been doing it the whole season, basically took the Rams down the field to end that game for them. Hats off to the Rams, but definitely hats off to the Cincinnati Bengals. They got a squad over there, young wide receiver squad. And I know Boyd is considered the veteran of the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver corps, but he's in his 20s, his mid-20s. So they got something crazy over there. But again, that's just my breakdown, just my thoughts in this sports talk with former New York Jet, Tavon Mason. Peace.